Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ted Rollins. Good to be with you on this Wednesday as we approach the noon hour. We have our eyes on several courtrooms across the country. In Nashville, Tennessee, it's day 2 of testimony in the state's case against Blaise Taylor. He's accused of poisoning his pregnant girlfriend with a massive cocaine overdose. We'll head back for the rest of that 911 call in just a moment. In Anchorage, Alaska, closing arguments are set to begin this hour in the case against Zarius Hildebrand. He's accused of shooting his wife after a night out celebrating his 21st birthday. Yesterday, he took the stand and admitted he's actually not sure how she actually died.
Were you at any point in this time looking at pornography on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you doing that?
I was attempting to find comfort in things that previously provided it for me.
And is pornography something that you had found comfort in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
So he watched porn after he claims she killed herself, and he dumped her body in a drainage pipe. If he's found guilty, pretty good chance he'll be sentenced to life without parole, possibly. In Colorado, Barry Morphew expected to be in court this afternoon for a pretrial hearing. He's facing murder charges in the death of his wife, Suzanne, on Mother's Day of 2020. But we begin the hour in Tennessee in the Poison Playbook murder trial. Blaise Taylor is facing double murder charges in the death of his girlfriend, Jade Benning, and her unborn child. Prosecutors say that Taylor dissolved a massive amount of cocaine somehow into her drink during a date night at her apartment. His defense team says he didn't do it, and they're attempting to point the finger at her best friend. Let's go back in and listen to the rest of that 911 call. This happened just before the jury took the mid-morning break.
No, and what's the, just in case we disconnected while you're getting up there, what's the callback number in case we disconnected? This number right here. Is it 8 573 Yeah. Okay, and how old is she? 23, 24. Okay, is she awake right now? Yeah. Okay. And you think she was having an allergic reaction to food? I don't know. We got cookies and pasta. I don't know what she's done. If she's done anything today or anything, but everything was fine. And then I don't know what's happening. She got spit coming out of her mouth and she's shaking. So you think it's possibly a reaction to not knowing food? Is that right? I think so. I don't know. Okay. I don't think she's allergic to anything. I don't know if she is or not. It could be a new allergic reaction. So are you next door? Back next door? Yes, sir? Yeah. Okay. Does she appear to be breathing normally? Yeah. Okay. Does she appear to have any difficulty swallowing? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. No. Okay. Is she awake? Is there any questions? Yeah, she's awake. Okay. So can you just gently roll her onto her side right now? Yeah, she's on her side. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because if she's having like vomit or anything else that's coming out right now, so you just keep her onto her side right now, and you can finger squeeze out only what you can see of her patient's bowel. Okay. And you can wipe her mouth. Okay. Hello, sir. Hello? Yeah, I'm in the top. Oh, I'm in the top. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you ask, is she able to answer if she's having difficulty swallowing or feeling any swelling in her lips or her throat or face, anything like that? No. Okay, she's looking for tomorrow. I think one of our friends is on the way. Okay. I don't know what to do. Oh, is there anything else I should be doing? Okay. And then, does she have an EpiPen? Do you have an EpiPen? Do you have an EpiPen? I don't think so. I don't think so. She's not responding. Okay. So then, And what other, so other than her just feeling kind of weak and passing out, does she have any other symptoms right now?
No, no, I mean, she's pretty relaxed. She's laying on her side.
Okay. Okay, does she appear to have any rash or hives anywhere on her body that you can see?
Not that I can see. And I don't see anything on her legs or on her arms, so she looks fine.
Okay. And does her condition look to be getting worse?
I don't think so. I don't really know how to tell.
Okay, no, it's just like, because if she has allergic reaction, a lot of times the rash, hives, it'll be redness, her mental status could be getting worse, or breathing.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right, so we already have help on the way. So just
okay.
So
let it stay on the line, or what do I do?
So I'm just going to give you the charge, but do you need me to stay on the line with you until the paramedics arrive, sir?
Well, is there anything else I have to be doing? I don't think just got, I think there's nothing else.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Yeah, because so right now, because she's awake and for describing, she's moving air freely. She's not struggling to breathe or wheezing or gasping or anything like that.
No, but it looks like she's throwing up some.
Okay. Yeah, so you can cook right for now.
Okay, I did. I'm looking around.
Okay. And she's really moving air.
And what?
Does it look like she's freely moving air?
Yeah, she's breathing. Yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna keep her on her left side right now. We're just trying to keep her super comfortable right there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So just for right now, nothing for any ear drink. Just keep her in that comfortable position right now. Just have her medications there for the paramedics if she has any with her. Make sure you touch them.
I don't know if she has any medication, to be honest. I don't really.
No, that's okay, sir. And then just be at the door to let the fireman in. And if you look around and see there's a piece of mail, I just want to make sure, because the building that they're describing has two separate addresses. So I want to make sure they're on the same one.
I don't think she has any. I mean, she got a mailbox, but it's not like it's an apartment, so it's not. I think it's more of a P.O. box. I don't know if she keeps her mail. I've only been over here a few times. I'm not sure.
Are you in the, because it looks like based on what you're describing, are you in the main large building or the smaller one?
I would guess the main larger one. I mean, there's multiple floors, multiple stories.
Okay, because it looks like on the map I'm looking at, it looks like 1540 is for the large building, and 1522 or 1532 is the small ones that are right next to the street. You're in the big one?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, this is where.
All right, that was the 911 call. The jury then went on the mid-morning break. That's where they are now. They're at a break. Sonny Slaughter's watching along with us. This case, it's such a bizarre plot to, this guy's got a good job. He concocts, according to the state, this scheme to end his girlfriend's pregnancy with cocaine. Your thoughts on this case overall from what you know?
Well, thanks for having me, Ted. I've been watching, and today is the second day. I'm not sure whether the state. I'm having a hard time following the state's theory of this particular case. When I just listened to the 911 call, clearly we keep identifying him, the alleged victim, as his girlfriend. He knows nothing about her. And although he might not have the address, because if you constantly go to somebody's house, you don't necessarily have the address. But I want to hear more about the investigation. Did they determine at some point during their investigation that he had access to cocaine, to drugs? That did they find the person who provided the drugs? Do they have something other than this theory that he is the person that gave her the cocaine? And based on what I heard earlier, that it was such a massive amount of cocaine, they've never seen anything like that. Really? This is Nashville. Come on. Let's not make things up to make it sound good. This is cocaine. This is drugs. This is not something that would be so unusual. And if it's that unusual, then how is it that she could ingest it drinking a drink? And she allegedly says, I knew my drink tastes funny. It would taste more than a little bit of funny for her to drink as much as they're saying that she would have had to consume in order for her to die from it.
Yeah,
And
that's a
the
good
taste
point.
would have been significantly altered. Now I put on my drug task force supervisor hat from Homeland Security to come up with that one. That just does not play out well. So I need to see more about their actual investigation and less of the theatrics and the emotion of the case to understand how they put together the theory of the case to come up with that he did this. And where is the DNA evidence actually saying that he is the father
There
of
isn't
this
any.
child? Okay. Well,
Um,
then,
that has come out yet. It's been very unclear to this point. But
yeah.
he wanted to do a paternity test because he wasn't sure he was the father. And according to the defense, she wasn't sure he was the father because they were dating other
Right.
people at the time. And as far as the cocaine levels, yeah, the state says they've never seen anything like the levels that she had in her body. But to your point, how do you ingest by a sip or two of some drink, that amount of cocaine? How is it mixed in? The defense says it's impossible, and they're going to have an expert to say that you couldn't get those levels by imbibing just a liquid concoction. So you're right. There's a lot of. It sounds crazy, and it's a great little narrative at the beginning of this, like the opening statement, but they need to come through with a lot more evidence as we move forward for this jury to believe it all. So here's what we're going to do. Because they're on break, we're going to play out some testimony from yesterday, day one. This is key testimony from a lay witness, Keontae Jones. This is Najaya Jackson. Remember her. Najaya Jackson is the friend of Jade Benning, and she's the target, Jade Benning, of the defense, basically, saying that she might be the source of whatever it was that Jade took. So, Najaya Jackson's boyfriend, Keontae Jones. Here we go. Let's watch.
My name is Keontae Jones. First name Keyaunte, last name Jones, Jones.
And how long have you lived in Nashville?
About 4 years now.
Okay. So, are you originally from Nashville, Tennessee?
No, sir.
Why did you come to Nashville?
Came down here for school.
And what school is that?
Meharry Medical College.
And what medical degree are you pursuing?
Doctorate of Dental Surgery.
Where did you go to undergraduate?
Grambling State University.
And when did you graduate from there?
I graduated in fall of 2021.
Right. And when did you begin dental school?
I began dental school fall of 2023.
When you came to Nashville, did you already know anyone here?
No, new person in town.
Did you live on campus or close to the Meharry campus?
Did not live on campus, but I'm in close approximation to campus, yes.
What is your current status as a student at Meharry?
I'm going into my 4th year of dental school.
And how much longer is there to go?
A few more months.
When you came to Nashville, as you told us, you didn't know anyone here. Did you meet fellow dental students and or other people here in Nashville?
Yes, sir. I met quite a few people.
Right. And was one of those individuals Najaya Jackson?
Yes, sir.
How did you come to know her?
Hanging out with different people in our class. Went out a couple times. Got lunch, things like that, and then we developed a friendship.
Was she also a student at Meharry
Yes, sir.
in the dental school?
Yes, sir.
Is she still in dental school?
Yes, sir.
did you come to know at any time a young lady named Jade Benning?
Yes, sir.
And how did that come about?
Through being friends with Najee, just, I guess, developed like a mutual friendship in that sense.
Did you know Jade Benning prior to being introduced through Najee Jackson?
Never met her a day in my life.
So did you know anything about her other than perhaps what Ms. Jackson may have told you?
Only thing I knew about her is what was provided to me through Ms. Jackson.
You recall, I'm not asking specific dates, but approximately when you would have met Ms. Benning for the first time?
If I got here in 2022, became friends with Najee approximately 4 months after I moved here in September, let's say I started to know Jade like beginning of 2023, maybe like February-ish of 2023.
And on how many occasions prior to the date we're going to talk about here in a minute, February the 25th, 2023, how many times approximately would you have seen Ms. Benning?
No more than 2 or 3.
And was that ever just you and Ms. Benning?
Never.
And what sort of settings?
We would be like in a group setting. Yeah, never alone, never personal hangouts, anything of that nature.
Had you ever been to her apartment?
No, not until that day.
Until the day we're going to talk about?
Yes, sir.
Had you ever communicated with her via text, email, or?
I don't even believe I had her number. I don't think I even had her number.
Now, did you know anyone named Blaise Taylor prior to February the 25th of 2023?
No, sir.
Had you ever heard that name before?
Heard of him, but never was familiar with him. I didn't even know what he looked like.
And what was the context of knowing the name?
Simply just knew that this is who Jade was soon to be having a child with.
And again, did you receive that information straight from Ms. Benning or through Ms. Jackson?
No, through Ms. Jackson.
All right, let's get a break. We'll have more of this testimony right after this. Stay with us.